All right, welcome to another episode of the Weed and Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Lash, etc., along with Gus and Will, possibly being joined by Lanaya. Uh, she's doing her daughter's hair. Gotta get that shit done. Parent shit comes first. Um, and we are just shooting the shit today. We got another shoot one because we're bad coming up with topics and studying. So, but mostly we'll be talking about the Attitude Era and stuff. I don't know. I guess the most immediate news, I guess, would be that AJ Styles promo that was cut off camera.
Yep.
Mm.
Which, it's pretty interesting that it would be cut off camera like that, unless this is another work.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was a work. I mean, we've already had a couple of pipe bombs, over the last few years or whatnot. But it would be nice to see AJ actually being used properly. I mean, he's a very popular wrestler, very skilled worker. Makes anybody that wrestles with him looks good. It would be nice to see another belt around them.
Yeah, like I said, like a few weeks ago, AJ Styles can wrestle with a paper bag, a plastic bag, and it will be interesting. Just a book.
I was about to say he's a paper bag wrestler.
Yeah. Just the booking has been terrible. Like I said before, Triple H showing he cares about, obviously, Seth Rollins, which is like his son, and Roman Reigns. So it's just unfortunate what's going on. Every time we watch Monday Night Raw, it's the same thing. Like the same people was ending it. Braun Breaker and the Vision. So it's just unfortunately. Hopefully it's fake.
The same.
Hopefully it's fake.
The intro has been almost exact same for going on 2 months.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the other thing you have to realize is that, especially because Raw was cut back down to 2 hours, which I have no problem with that. The problem is that they're spending way too much time on promos and backstory and not giving enough time to wrestlers. That's why you're getting the same core people doing the show week in and week out. You don't have any new fresh faces. It's difficult to fit in your talent to actually do matches if you're spending 15 to 20 minutes on why this one is sleeping with that one, why this one hates this one, why this one, just got deported by ICE or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's difficult.
Last night, how many matches were there on Raw? 4?
Not that many.
You know how many were on SmackDown?
How many?
3 matches in SmackDown.
Not for nothing. I don't pay money. Like especially if I'm gonna be going to Monday Night Raw.
Like it's become way.
Like if I wanted to watch people talk, I'd watch Jerry Springer. I'd watch reruns of Jerry Springer all day.
Or Maury.
You know what I mean? I want to watch a couple people, doing suplexes and power bombs and backflips and running out of the ring and backstage brawls. I want to watch some of that. You know what I mean? It's okay, sprinkle a couple promos here or there, but at the same time, if you're so promo heavy, you're not giving people the quality programming that they deserve.
Yeah, the intro is a promo, the outro is a promo. And it just repeats and repeats and repeats, to where it's getting noticeable to everybody. To where part of me is like, okay, is this a work of AJ? Is this because who's the person in the back that doesn't want them there? Because he's also kind of arguably on his like semi-retirement tour, pretty much retirement tour too. like his contract's supposed to be coming up in 2026, and he doesn't plan on really renewing. He wants to finish out in WWE, but they have him lose to Dominic Mysterio 3 times. Like, I love Dirty Dom, and he needs the ups, but I would have rather had a straight up back and forth exchange. Have him lose it. Have him lose it the first time. Well, have him beat him the first time. AJ wins the second time, and Dom gets it back on the third. And have him do dirty heel shit to do it. That would have been interesting. And then Dom would be a 2-time champion. I think that's something that's kind of fading too, is this idea of the titles not really exchanging at all. Like that US title match that was on Thursday with or Friday with Michin and Julia. You got Julia, who needs a girl to cut her own promos, who got pinned in 3 seconds, versus Michin, who's actually a really good wrestler. And you get a pretty crap match from the both of them. No title change. And you got Becky Lynch, who's just holding on to the Intercontinental title. I guess AJ Lee's going to be the one to end up taking it off of her. Since then, Lyra came back for that match last night with Raquel, and she lost that match. It was probably the better match on the card. Because Lyra's good. The women's division doesn't seem to be taking that seriously. The tag team division definitely isn't taken seriously. I mean, who's the U.S. title? Sami Zayn is. You got that good that match with Sami and John wasn't that bad either. But it's his last SmackDown. And he goes out with a DQ finish because of Brock Lesnar. It was a paltry match. I would have rather seen Sami Zayn actually beat him. That would have been a big up for Sami Zayn. I just don't know what direction they're heading in at all.
Yeah,
I don't think they know what. I don't think they know what direction they're going in at this point. I think they're testing the waters. They're throwing a bunch of shit at a wall to see what sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Triple H was on ESPN. He was on a Pat McAfee show, so he announced that Cody Rhodes is coming back. I think we all knew that. So, I mean, I don't like I said.
I guess they're done filming Street Fighter.
Huh?
That was quick.
Done filming Street Fighter.
That was kind of quick. Didn't they just leave for Australia like a couple of weeks ago?
I mean, he's probably taking a break and coming back. I mean, but again, I don't know, man. It's just, I think they're just playing it by ear at this point, what they want to do. Because, like I said, the story
they got to have
every week.
Yeah, the fact that the WrestlePalooza is like 10 days away. Something like that, and they don't have their top champion slated up for a match yet, and it's their debut appearance on ESPN.
Yeah, but I don't think Cody's going to be the main event. I think it's going to be John Cena and Brock Lesnar. So
I'm pretty sure that is the main event.
Yeah,
and which I don't blame it for being the main event, as long as it's good, I guess. But because also this transition, it's taking less than 2 weeks, and already I've seen that they're trying to package ESPN and Hulu and Disney Plus all together, so it's like all $30. a month for it, but that also begs the question: then, do you get the full ESPN package? I guess along with it, I would assume so because John Cena was advertised.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, and so how quickly do people need to transition into that? By the time WrestlePalooza comes up, if they transition into that, which I think it's going to be a massive. I think they'll do good international numbers on Netflix because they have been, because it's internationally and it's on Netflix. And I think that'll stay the same, but I'm going to assume that there's going to be a huge viewership drop-off from streaming from where they were with Peacock to ESPN, because they were already dropping numbers on Peacock.
But I think what ESPN got over Peacock is it's going to be better marketing, better promotion, because like I said, you got Sports Center, you got the Pat McAfee show, you got First Take, you have Get Up. So in terms of like marketing, it's a lot better than NBC, the Peacock umbrella, because NBC don't have like a sports show, So I think in terms of like the marketing aspect of it, ESPN is going to be a lot better than Peacock. So, but again, it's going to have to be better matches. That's just the bottom line.
I think NXT is staying. Their PLEs are staying on Peacock, and I think the library is also staying on Peacock.
Right.
Yeah, because I thought the library is supposed to have been gone by now. Because I just actually opened up my Peacock today, actually, and I still saw the WWE logo. So, yeah, that was a nice surprise.
They still got Saturday Night main event too. They're still doing that. That's still an NBC Peacock thing.
It's the SmackDown 2 still on USA.
Yeah. Yep.
So and you gotta give them credit. I mean, they do got different distributors. Like you got Netflix, you got NBC, you got CW, ESPN, Disney. So in terms of distribution, they're
kind of on all facets, right?
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, and I mean, just adding the whole Mickey Mouse, kingdom behind them, it's going to be just, like they're going to skyrocket. It's adding like rocket fuel to the mix already. But in the long run, I think it's still hitting the people that it's aimed at in the wrong way. You know what I mean? We the fans, we don't want to spend more money on top of what we already got. I mean, think about it. How many households have Netflix? How many households have the Disney bundle and Peacock? It's honestly getting about as expensive as a cable subscription.
Yeah. Yeah, because USA doesn't have any exclusive streaming service. It just does its stuff with a combination of like Peacock and like some and Amazon, but they don't do anything live on that.
It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it definitely is. But then that brings up all that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's about 6 different things that if you wanted to watch 7. Forgot about A&E. Because they have WWE programming. That means 7 different things that you would have to do if you wanted to watch all of WWE, or a VPN and Netflix.
There's not to mention if you really want to be a wrestling connoisseur, and you want to watch everything else, you got to go with the TNAs, and you got to go with the AEWs and the Ring of Honors, and you know, if you want to go international, there's so many promotions, AAA and you know, Michinoku Wrestling, and God knows what other companies are out there. But
yeah, which one thing that I give AEW kind of credit on. Sure, they don't have the same global reach that WWE does. They haven't changed their formats though, really, since they started. They only just added the streaming on HBO Max just this past year, and they're actually starting to get some better numbers than they usually had on their pay-per-views, and they do still actual pay-per-views, to where and their pay-per-views are pretty expensive too. They're like for one of them, but also at the alternative of it, you get what shows are like 4.5 hours, 5 hours, like running on AEW.
Yeah, you got to sit down and dedicate like an entire afternoon, bro. You got to literally turn off your phone, call out of work, be like, hey, listen, I'm gonna sit down and watch this from point A to point B and get it done.
Yeah, and so I guess you're paying like $10 an hour basically to watch that, but they also have, you know, they have TBS and TNT to be able to you know, back their regular viewership kind of stuff up.
Yeah, and and with that kind of time, their talent gets more time to shine. You know what I mean? You have the ability to showcase more different talent and rotate your roster.
That's one, and that's kind of a double-edged sword for them, because you are pretty much guaranteed when you're tuning in, you're going to be seeing, like, in that 2-hour period, you're going to be seeing like 6 or 7 matches, at least. They do not focus on storyline or anything like that a whole lot. They squeeze in like their little segment, like 10 minutes. You know, they probably spend about 20 minutes an episode on promos. Otherwise, it's just right.
Promos are fine, bro. Promos to me are fine. It's when you go and say, I don't know, Jade Cargill got hit by somebody. They got run over by a car, and we're trying to try to find this out. And you know, Inspector Gadget.
5 minutes on it.
You know what I mean? We don't need a whole. This isn't Hollywood. This isn't. We're not here for a major saga. We're not here for a movie trilogy. We're here to see people kick ass and get their asses kicked.
And but that's what WWE wants. They want to go Hollywood. You know, that's why they got, you know, this guy as a CEO. So, you know, he has connections with the Hollywood. So that's what they want. You know, it's more soap opera than actual wrestling, and that might be their problem moving forward. But I think the one person that may save WWE is actually Cody, and I'm not talking about him being champion. He still got connects with AEW. You don't think Cody is still talking to them? Hey, jump ship to come over here. You know, so I just think that's a possibility. Who? What happened?
Cody won't jump.
No, I'm talking about the people in AEW he still have relationships with. Can jump and go to WWE.
Oh yeah, I mean they've done it. Ricky Starks, there.
Because I just, you know, money talks and bullshit walks. Like I said last week, I would not be surprised if someone like Kenny Omega wound up in WWE. Would not be surprised. Would not be
By
surprised.
the way that he kind of talks, by the way he talks, also the fact that that man is now into the stage of his career where he's super injury prone. I can't really see them with WWE.
Yeah, Kenny Omega MJF. I thought he was signing with WWE. It was that close. It was definitely that close.
He used that to his advantage.
Yeah, definitely. No, you're absolutely right.
MJF is he's someone that will eventually come over to WWE. He's not done with AEW because he still currently he has free reign to kind of do what he wants. I mean, he was up with the Hurt Syndicate. He was part of them for a while, legitly. And
everybody keeps on saying Chris Jericho may come back. So
yeah, I could see that. I mean, Jericho would, is always a big draw. He's a very well respected wrestler. He's always been.
He doesn't see it happening anytime soon.
Yeah, he's always been one of those guys that can always put on a barn burner of a match. I don't think I've seen too many matches of him where it's like, yeah, maybe he shouldn't have had that match. I don't recall that.
Who are you talking about? Jericho. He's had quite a few stinkers over in AEW. The age is starting to show. But he's also still had some really good matches along with that. So, him and Triple H are pretty close. So I feel if the offer ever came, it would happen. But something that the channel I was watching earlier, Vigilante Talks, is he was bringing up how he doesn't feel Triple H is even in control of it.
Yeah, that's true.
We go from having one of the best build-up storylines up to WrestleMania 40 there, and that was completely done by him. And then the TKO merger happened, and things have blatantly changed since. The pacing, the storylines, everything.
Well, when you come in as the people who are funding or helping to fund your company, the big bosses now, as TKO is, you want your say. You want to be in control. It's just like anything. We've all had supervisors at work that they come in and everything's been chill, but because they're the supervisor and they got to throw their weight around, they got to show you how big their dick is. They make everything go whirlwind crazy and shit just doesn't work out, or shit gets bad. And you the lowly employee really can't say shit because they're the ones fucking in charge. So that's the thing with TKO, I think.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna see a big ratings drop off here in the simple fact of, in American viewership at least. We're probably going to see a great increase in international viewership because VPNs and Netflix.
Well, we're probably going to see a big uptake in VPN sales for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, right here with mine, it's VPN. That's VEEPN. And that is a free extension that you can add to your browser. Use that. You can get one of the free locations is London. Get that. all of WWE. That's what I'm doing. I'm not buying into this shit.
I don't think anybody wants to buy this show. I got too many expenses. I'm sure, Will, you have a lot of expenses too. You don't want to add more. You want to get. Listen, you want.
Business
we all
included.
No, it's included. It's included in my wireless plan through Verizon.
Oh,
so
look at you.
I got it.
Yeah, it's just people don't want to spend more. They don't want this whole shit with WWE, increasing prices and the $30.99 and and you got to go to this website and this streaming service and make things simple for us, guys. Come on.
Like I said, it was. Listen, I mean, they got to make a profit to pay these wrestlers, but WWE Network was doing good at $10 a month. We was complaining about that. I used to joke with my wife all the time. I'm not giving Vince my debit card, but thinking about it in hindsight, it's like, you know what, that was a good option. $10.
WWE Network got me back into wrestling.
Yeah. So you think about it, actually, it was a good deal. I used to watch all the classic WCW matches and everything. The Monday Night
Raws got me back into wrestling. Yeah. I wasn't even watching the current stuff when I had it. I wasn't even watching the current stuff that was coming on. I just watched all the old shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember I stopped watching back. I think in 03 or 04, I stopped watching for a while because I just found it to be very stale. Like, I understood that they were trying to aim for a younger dynamic, and that's why the PG era was born. But it was like you went from, the Attitude Era, which was just fucking, somebody hit the gas and there was no brake behind the car, and you slowed it down. It was like, put it this way, you went from blasting I don't know, like 2 Live Crew, with those really, really raunchy, explicit songs, to Ricky Martin in a love ballad, right, one track right after the other. I had to step back.
There was quite a few things that hit me. The Benoit murder suicide was one that hit me really hard. I had stopped watching a little bit after Owen Hart died, and I got back into it then, like maybe 2-3 months later. Also just the changing of the storylines and or the lack thereof, just everything, it just became a whole different thing. And I feel the same change in the last like 5-6 months. I feel like we just went from a new a new PG era to a new TKO era. That because the product it does not resemble what it was a year ago. It doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be too long. It's not going to be too long before we see, with the way things are going, it's not going to be too long before we see like CM Punk coming down the aisle with wearing Mickey Mouse ears. Let's say that. Because let's face it, at the end of the day, it's a business. No matter which way they want to spin it, it's a business. It's all about making money. It's all about making sure that the head honchos are getting their pockets filled. And right now, you're right. Things are up in chaos. Things are up in the air.
Yeah, and it's noticeable, and it falls back to where I was saying before. Was the off the air, because I feel in the fact that the way that it could be a work is similar to the Kevin Owens Cody Rhodes attack. How that was filmed by regular people. This feels a little similar and akin to that, but also it does kind of feel like it's real to, where he brought up, his buddies. And he brought up Nietzsche, and then he brought up the fact that he's like, somebody in the back doesn't want me here. And
so let me ask the question: Who you think he was talking about?
Who's that somebody?
Who you think he was talking
about? Would it be Triple H?
I don't know. I think it's Nick Khan.
Maybe,
or somebody ahead of TKO.
No, but my thing is AJ's still a big draw. Okay, he's still very popular. He could still move in the ring. He could still perform. Why would you not want him in your company? Because I guarantee you, if WWE were to cut him, no matter which company he goes for, they will throw money, cars. They'll throw pennies at this guy to get him into their company. And then once they do, watch how their stock will go up, the sales will go up, merchandising will go up. That company's going to have a nice little boost.
Oh, if AJ jumped to AEW, I'd tune in.
Oh yeah, but it's Tony going to do him right? That's the problem.
Nah, you know what's going to happen? Honestly, AJ's going to be there for 5 minutes. He's going to get all the attention for the first couple of weeks. And then guess what? The rotation of the he's going to get taken
lost
back.
He's going
to get lost in rotation. So I don't know.
Yeah, but
you know what? If he does go to AEW, you know what? It's going to be a con and a pro, because he's way better than Christian and Edge. And Christian Edge is definitely getting a lot of burn. So if he jumps over there, I think he's going to be a big draw.
That, or you know what? Maybe he should go to GCW, just like Karrion Kross did.
Where?
GCW.
Okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
What you talking about? Garbage championship wrestling?
I'm just saying, bro. It's let's face facts. Yeah, you know what? It's not the most well known. It's probably like the Lego version of wrestling. It's not, but dude, let's not sleep on things. Things can pop off in a minute. You know this. Things can change. All they need to do is sign the right person, get the right deal, get the right coverage. GCW could be a bootleg ECW.
Hey, we could use it.
I mean, he may go back to TNA, retired with TNA. That's always an option.
Yeah,
he is the greatest TNA wrestler ever. I mean, let's call it what it is.
Yeah,
he was the face. He was the face. Him. Yeah. I would say it's him, Abyss, Samoa Joe, and maybe Sanjay Dutt were the face. They were like the Fantastic Four of TNA.
Yeah, you probably have to put Jeff Jarrett up there, but
you can put Jeff Jarrett up there.
Kurt Angle.
But as far as like but no, I would say out of the fresh faces of wrestling, those four were definitely like the face of TNA.
Right.
Jeff was already a seasoned veteran at that time. But yeah, you could say that he was definitely one of the most recognizable faces for TNA.
Samoa Joe.
Yeah, I did mention him.
Yeah, I just he's one of the Samoa Joe walk away, man. That is one of the greatest. That is one of the greatest non-moves ever.
He's such a dick. He's like, guys, coming off the top rope. Oh, I got to take this call.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of faces of TNA, One that I completely forgot, which was so horribly misused in WWE, Loki.
Who?
Loki.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Loki was good.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting time and timing in that back, because honestly, if not for AJ doing that, there is nothing notable about last night's Raw. There is nothing.
Yeah, it sounds like it's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat.
Yeah, nothing. No storylines progressed really. Jey Uso speared LA Knight after helping him. So, like, I guess maybe they're kind of leaning towards, like, heel Usos coming back.
And then the sad part about it, he was just in the championship title picture. So it's just Triple H don't know where. You don't know what direction they going, man. I think the problem is they got too many people that want to be main event, and he's only focusing probably on like 4 wrestlers now. I'm talking about like the whole brand. You got Cena, Cody, Roman Reigns, and Seth. That's it. Those are only 4 he's focusing on right now.
And
Cena's on his way out the door, though.
Has wrestled 4 times this year.
Yeah, and Cena's already on his way out the door, so we really can't count him. But they definitely do need a shot of fresh blood to be pushed.
But again, you do have wrestlers that's probably playing their card, complaining like, oh shit, well, where's my time coming? Oh shit, if I don't get the title, I'ma quit. Oh, it's happening, Like, let's call it what it is. Cody, he gonna have that title, right? So you take that away. I'm saying the same thing every week. You take that away, so you only really got one. Technically, you really got no championship, because I don't think he's taking the title off of Seth no time soon.
Yeah.
So what? You see what I'm saying? So that could be a reason why people like AJ Styles is complaining and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he can't even get the Continental.
Yeah, at the same token, though, you need that injection of fresh talent. You have, and the thing is, there's only so many slots. It's like back in the days when Ted DiBiase, I was fortunate enough to take a training session with him. He mentioned to me, he's like, listen, there's a million guys that want that top spot, that want that championship belt. They want that spot in WWE. You got to make sure that you have something behind you. And that's what got me into medicine. Because, dude, I wasn't anything special. Look at the time that I was trying to get into, really push into wrestling. It was like 2003. All these guys were jacked, muscular superhero figures, bro. They were like, like you're opening up an Incredible Hulk toy. That's how they looked. I looked nothing like that. I look pretty much the way I look now. I look like a Hispanic Pillsbury Doughboy. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, but now things are changing. Things are, you got people of different body types, different ethnicities, different cultures. So it's a good time to be a wrestler, but at the same token, you only have so many spots to fill with that one top guy, with that one Seth Rollins.
Go ahead. I was just thinking of come ups from NXT outside of Braun Breaker. Who's been the latest come up from NXT at all? Yeah. Like we had Fraxium come up, and I think Fraxium was the last team or anybody that wasn't a woman. Like they've had plenty of women come up from NXT, but men wise, like we've gotten Fraxium and Braun Breaker. Outside of that, I can't really recall. Pretty Deadly. That was right before then. And look where they're at. They're barely used.
Mm-hmm. Again, that's because they while I get cutting down to 2 hours, you don't have enough time to feature like all this talent. And especially since you're only doing maybe 3 or 4 matches a night. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah, not everything. You can't have 45 minutes worth of promos.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what it's coming out to where, I mean, shit. I have to look at the times on those matches. I think Sami Zayn and Cena, I think their promo along with the match filled up the first half hour, 45 minutes, something like that. And then you had the women's U.S. title match. I forget what the other match was. Yeah, because me and Lanai also decided to start doing our videos on times and history of wrestling that we actually like, because we haven't had, like, doing the reviews. It would just be us talking for like 15-20 minutes about how bad it sucks. And we already got this format to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. I hear you on that. I mean, bro, it as much as it pains me, and I know this is pretty old school, but I remember the times where you had like the Ultimate Warrior. It was more of an interview type promo where you had wrestlers come in, they said their piece, you know, Hulk Hogan, you know, I'm the bad guy and I'm gonna beat you and this and that, and it's over. We're done. Promo was done in 30 seconds. They went to the match. Now it's
or you got brilliant ones like Jake the Snake Roberts, you know, Macho Man Randy Savage,
Scott Steiner's infamous mask promo.
Yeah, like, and now
it's like everybody wants
promos to be constantly getting interrupted.
Yeah, now everybody's like, John Cena, I knew thee well. Like, we're not here for Shakespeare. Just give us the bread and butter of it and go do your match.
Yeah.
John Cena, when I first came up, the U.S. title open, blah, blah, blah. I was just like, oh, my fuck.
Now, that U.S. title open was pretty good, though. I'm not going to even lie. It was good. I don't know why he's bringing the shit back now. Yeah, shit was good. I mean, like I said, when he had the U.S. title, that shit was more valuable than the world title. I hate to say it, you know. So I don't even know who had the world title that time. So
yeah, and that's and now, like you were saying before, they don't really plan on taking the title off of Cody. They aren't setting him up for anything like that, and they don't really plan on taking the title off of Seth. We have a title going on. Dom's got the Intercontinental title. Sami Zayn has the U.S. title. Julia has the women's U.S. title. No woman currently has the Raw Women's Championship. And then what you got? Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are the women's tag team champions. And what actual women's tag team has gone up against them? Like, what actual women's tag teams are left? A year ago, there was like 8 women's tag teams. Like, the women's tag team division a year ago was great. Now more than half of them have been cut.
Yeah. And they were actually entertaining to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, the women's tag scene a year ago was really good. And pretty much everything a year ago around this time was really good. They were cooking on all cylinders a year ago. And then it just seems like right around Survivor Series, like right after War Games, it all started to, like, you started to see the cracks in some of it. Like, Royal Rumble was good, but look what they did with Jey Uso in that. They got him he opened. How do you win the Royal Rumble and open on day one of fucking WrestleMania. That's how they view the fucking World Heavyweight title. Day one opener for the World Heavyweight title.
I get what you're saying 100%. That title should have been given more relevance for sure. That title should have been given more relevance 100%. I will say this. When you wrestle the opening match of any event, it's as low on the card as that is an important match. Because that sets the pace for the entire show. If you have a fucked up first match, that you got to have a banger to recover, because that sets the pace for your show. That sets the energy for your show. But you're right. The World Championship should have been higher on the card. Should have been, unless there was some kind of gimmicky match, like an elimination chamber or something, like an elimination or whatever. It should have been a little higher up. But yeah, I get it 100%.
Especially because you won Royal Rumble. Like, that's the whole point. It's a Royal Rumble, you main event of one of the nights of WrestleMania with your title of choice. That's the whole fucking game plan. Not day one open, and then you get to hold the title for less than 2 months.
It's a joke.
He did Jerry that. Gunther got it, and and luckily, Gunther had a good run. Even though the first like month and a half, he was fucking around with Alpha Academy and just making fun of them and stomping on Akira Tozawa. But the rest of it was pretty good run. But now you got it to where, I mean, they're showing what events that they're gonna be at with the title before the matches even happen. So how do I need to know who wins? Let me look at who's going to be on the card in about 2 months. That'll let me know. Oh, it's still going to be Seth and Cody? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Why should I tune in? Why should I tune in again? You want me to pay how much money per month to tune in?
It's going to be the same shit. It's going to be the same thing next year. It's going to be the same. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. It's going to be the same shit. Like, it's getting tiring. It's getting tiring.
Yeah. That's
right. We always have the option. WWE is not the only brand that's out there. It's the most well known for sure.
Yeah.
But you do have AEW, you have TNA, Ring of Honor, you have, if you want to go international, I'm sure there's some British wrestling, some German wrestling, wrestling out in Japan, wrestling out in China.
But but you got to have the ways to be able to find a lot of that too. Which
without a doubt.
If you guys need a way, watch wrestling.ae. Watch wrestling.ae. Shows every single wrestling company kind of shit that is televised.
Well, not even television. Since you're throwing in plugs, this is a great time to plug in Dubby energy drinks.
Woo!
You need a quick energy boost. Dubby energy drinks. That's you can find them at dubby.gg. It's a powder drink. You mix it. If you know how to make Kool-Aid, you know how to make Dubby. All right.
Woo! Which I just said that woo, and something I was thinking about is that there are no. It's Seth Rollins is only so malevolent of a heel, like he's the architect, this, that, and stuff. you don't have anybody that's vicious and malicious, kind of like Ric Flair or Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, like closest that you kind of get heel wise like that with cutting promos and talking about people's LA Knight. But I think, you know, because like that part of the reason that they aren't going to dethrone Cody is who's going to dethrone him.
You know,
you're going to put it on
what?
Roman again when he's gonna have, you know, have to go out for 2 to 3 months at a time. We already did that. Punk.
It might be CM Punk.
You think CM Punk can genuinely carry the company for a while with the undisputed title?
Yeah.
He could.
I think so.
I mean, he's another one that he can be injury prone. I mean, he looks like he's in pretty good shape right now, but he has been prone to injury before.
Right.
That was part of my suspicion as to why they didn't put the title on him quicker. And that they, I mean, I knew that they, especially after I found out that Seth went to CM Punk as a kid to get training from him and shit, I was like, oh, the Money in the Bank's like, here, buddy, here's for you. You know? Which now knowing the backstory and everything behind them, it kind of ruins the mystique that these two genuinely hate each other. They did a really good job of keeping that up for a long time. Because I didn't know that for the longest time. I thought those two genuinely hated each other.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, if you look at it, most wrestlers, I mean, granted, we're all human. There's some people that you don't like, but most wrestlers, I mean, if you look at, especially now, they're pretty cool with each other. Even if they don't like each other, they have a mutual respect if they got to work together.
Yeah, which is a good thing. Like I said, it just throws a little bit of the mystique away from me, but a lot of things that they're doing throws away the mystique. Advertising when fucking Seth Rollins is still going to be fucking champion. Like, why am I going to bother? Like, that's the thing. They're giving me a lot of reasons not to want to bother. Like, oh, they're already going to be here doing that, so I don't need to watch the next 2 to 3 weeks because nothing's going to change. Like, that's kind of where they're leaving me. Like, what? I just got to tune in for the PLEs now, and I got to make sure to do it with my free VPN and Netflix if I want to. That's where it feels I'm getting the same feeling that I got back when it went from the Attitude Era to the PG era. I'm just getting that same feeling of just like, who the fuck's in charge anymore? That was also around the same time that WWE went public too. Was the PG era. So I think that shows that corporate influence deadens the wrestling product.
Yeah, because you got to please people. Now you got to please people. You got to please the people who are putting money into it. You got to please your investors, your advertisers. If they don't like something, it's like, oh, you know, we're gonna pull our money if you have so much blood. That's not cool. That's not what we're here about. And then the PG era was born, and we are where we are.
Mm-hmm. And that's also like part of what happened with the PG era is that they had a lot of advertisers also drop off from them. because they weren't getting the same ratings and stuff that they do. And I understand corporate ideology, but I think one of the most underestimated corporate ideologies and the most successful ones are, what do the customers want? Give the customers what they want. If they want something, give it to them. If it doesn't sell, take it away again. Look at they just did it with R-Truth.
Mm-hmm.
What
did I tell you about that? What did I tell you about that? He was going to be hot for 5 minutes. He's going to come back, and now he's back to being a Joe character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you called it.
Yep, you called it.
Now he's just chilling there. He's not. They're not giving him a title shot. They're not doing shit with him. All right. The fans wanted him back so bad, but now that they got him back, it's like, you know what? We'll keep him to the side. We're not interested in R-Truth anymore because no.
Because they did nothing with him. He came out, cut those couple promos, and then it seemed like something was going, and then boop, he's gone.
Yeah,
we're not going to be doing on TV.
Yeah. So what did we the fans do by getting R-Truth's job back?
Mm-hmm.
R-Truth he's getting a paycheck. That's about it, but he's not getting a push. He's not getting more TV time. Yep. He's not getting a title shot. He's not getting shit. He's literally he's the punchline of the joke that we created by bringing him back.
Yep. And he probably could have gone over to AEW, made even more money.
Yep. Listen, it's only a matter of time before WWE goes, hey, you know what? It was nice to bring you back, but now we're gonna have to let you go again.
Yeah. Then the fans is gonna bitch again. Then
I don't think they'll bitch the second time around.
Let them bitch. So. No, they're gonna bitch. They're gonna bitch and they're gonna moan and they're gonna complain. But this time, WWE, listen, we gave it to you. You guys didn't buy his merch. You guys didn't support. You guys didn't do shit. So we just left him be in the back burner. And when we saw we weren't doing shit with him, we let him go again.
Yep. And he's still good.
Yep.
Still good. Same thing with Karrion Kross. At least Karrion Kross, they blocked out his chance. They're like, we're not going to even bother.
Yeah, they weren't gonna do a repeat performance what they did with R-Truth with Karrion Kross.
No. Nope. And they have him lose to fucking Sami Zayn of all people. We're gonna give you the guy who once wrestled Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania. That's your go away match.
Not for nothing. That was a very entertaining match, bro.
Very entertaining. Very entertaining for sure. Well, it's about 9:40. I know you only got a few minutes before you got to roll. And I don't know. I feel like we talked a good bit about our grievances. Definitely shot on everything. I think that we should do something to actually come up with a subject on Thursday.
There's definitely a lot more that we can cover for sure. I mean, but there's so little time. And I'm pretty sure that if we went on a rant, we could probably come up with some shit that we don't like about WWE or about wrestling in general. You know, the treatment of wrestlers, the direction they're going in. But in the long run, it's like you can't please everybody. You can't. As much as you want to please everybody, there are way too many fans out there. And there's going to be some fans that are going to rub the wrong way, you know? Like, could you imagine a world where Doink the Clown won the World Heavyweight Championship? I'm sure there would be some like ICP members that'll be like, yeah, fuck that. That's dope. But then there'd be some guys that'd be like, that's not doesn't sit right with me. And then you have guys in that same era, Kurt Hennig would be like, wait, you gave him the championship, but I haven't gotten it? What the fuck?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Good old wrestling.
Yep.
Well, but that'll wrap up our episode for tonight, folks. We'll be back Thursday. We're going to come up with a good subject this time.
All right.
So we're not just airing our grievances. But then again, Lanaya will probably be on that one, so she probably has a whole lot to say about the same things that we were talking about too.
Her daughter's hair will be done at that point. Also, don't forget to check out our sponsor, W, at W.GG.
W.GG. Otherwise, GG, good game. Goodbye, folks.
All right.